Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're going to be looking at a relatively new product, and that is Pocket Roulette by G.Clarke and Barthe from Illusionist. It's a very interesting routine that I think a lot of you are going to like, and one that has a lot of applications depending on whether you want to perform it with gimmicks or gimmick-less, which is very fun as well. So we're going to roll the intro, get into a performance, unpack everything as always. So let's roll it and get right into it. Perfect, so you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Pocket Roulette. So what is Pocket Roulette? In essence, the main routine is someone will mix the deck. Then you're going to give them 5 cards. They're going to take a peek at one card, place the cards in their pocket. You place a bet with them. And at the end, they're going to take out all the cards of their pocket. And then when they're about to take out their card, when they actually go in their pocket, their card has completely vanished because it disappeared to an unknown location that you can reveal. And I think the best way for me to showcase this is to do a quick performance. So essentially, the deck can be fully shuffled. And I'm not kidding, you could hand this to your specter. They can fully shuffle it, and it's going to be completely fine. When they hand it back to you, say, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cards. You're going to take all those 5 cards, and you're going to take a peek at the top card. So they're going to take a peek at the top card and look at it. Then you say, I want you to mix these up in your hands as well and place these in your pocket. So these would go in the spectator's pocket, okay? So then you tell them, now what we're going to do is I'm going to bet you that if you go in your pocket and you remove one card, it will not be your card. I'll give you $100. Then they're going to go in their pocket, they're going to remove a card and place it face down on the table. And you tell them, perfect. So for the first time, what was the card that you were thinking of? I don't know what it was, what yours was, so you're just going to be saying it out loud in the screen, but I doubt that it was this one, which means that you did not win $100. But look, I'm a good guy. Now there's only 4 cards left. You have a big chance of winning now. So I'm going to give you $50 if you can just go in and remove a card. So again, they're going to go in their pocket and they're going to remove a card. So then I say, perfect. What was your card again? They say whatever it was. And I say, perfect. So it wasn't this one, right? It wasn't that one. Okay, now you're left with 3. So I'm going to give you $25. Just go in and remove one. Again, they're going to do it. You know what their card is by now. You're going to say, I guess it was not this one. They'll place it back and you say, look, now you're left with just 2 cards. You're left with just two cards. So what we're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to remove one instinctively for $10. So they're going to go in, boom, they're going to remove one quickly, place it on the table, and you say, if this is your card, you win $10. But unfortunately, it is not. And you place it back and you say, okay, I'm a very nice guy. So what I'm going to do, if you can just go in your pocket and now remove your card and place it on the table, I'll give you $5. They're going to go in their pocket to remove it, but actually there's nothing anymore in their pocket. So when they're going to go in, the card has disappeared. And you say, look, this was me teaching you something. Never ever play any of these gambling or scam games on the street because you will always lose. Your card was they're going to name it out loud, and you say, what's interesting is that you were actually never meant to win because you've done everything. But when you didn't notice, I actually stole the card from your pocket without you ever noticing. And I can prove it. And in this case, underneath the mat, I have one card. And it is hopefully the card that you have seen. So you can show that you've managed to steal away their card without any issues. Okay? So that is the routine of Pocket Roulette. So now that you know what this is, let's talk about where do you buy this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. So you can buy this from Illusionist, but also through some other magic dealers. For example, Mind Effects also stocks this effect. It will set you back 35 USD, and what you get is this envelope. Inside of this envelope, you're going to get a few gimmicks that are going to make the effect very easy for you to perform without any major sleight of hand. Now, keep in mind that there's also another version, which is just the download, which means that you do not get the gimmicks, but they also teach you ways that you can do this without any gimmicks. Those ways do require a bit more sleight of hand, but they're still very good effects and very manageable to do, okay? So you can choose, but personally having the gimmicks is nice because you can also use these for other effects, which is great as well. So you can use what is provided here to do other effects other than just this, which is a nice bonus to have. And it's just $10 more for all the gimmicks to come with you. But you're gonna get your stack of everything. I think you get 5 gimmicks, and all of them are red bicycle back. And then you're also gonna get the tutorial, which goes over a ton of different handlings, a ton of different routines, gimmicked and gimmickless, and how to use it. And they teach you a lot of sleights and a lot of ideas of how to do different things in order to achieve the effect and ways to reveal it. They teach you how to put pocket cards in someone's pocket, in someone's underneath someone's glass, in someone's wallet, a bunch of different places without them knowing, which is fun as well. So they're going to teach you a ton of different things like that you're going to be able to do. Okay? So now that you know everything about this, let's get into difficulty. So how difficult is this to perform? Now, if you're performing the gimmicked version, then this is very easy to perform. There's just one move that you have to do at one point, and technically 2 moves, depending how you want to do this. If you want to let the spectator shuffle the deck first, then you're going to do a small move, then you're going to do another move when you need it, so 2 moves. If you don't want to let the spectator shuffle first, then it's just 1 move. So essentially with the gimmick, it's very simple to do, it's not that difficult, and you're in control of it at all times. So it's relatively easy to do. I would say close to intermediate. I wouldn't put this in a beginner level because of some of the psychology and routining involved. I would put this more intermediate. If you're doing the gimmick version, the ungimmicked version, I mean, that requires a bit more handling. It's going to require, some more complex sleights like palming, etc., if you want to do that. And as well for the reveal, that adds some complexity as well. If you want to do something and put a card in someone's pocket, then that will be harder to do than just having it in your own pocket or underneath a glass or underneath, your mat or whatever. That also adds some degrees of difficulty. So overall, I'd say this is an intermediate level trick. Most people that have been playing around with cards will be able to achieve this without any issue, okay? In terms of practicality, so to perform this effect, all you need is your gimmicked card or a deck of cards. So if you know how to do both the gimmicked and ungimmicked version, you are set to go no matter the conditions. So you'll be able to perform this no matter the conditions where you are, because if you have your gimmick, good. If you don't have it, that's fine as well. And your gimmick is just 1 playing card, so you can easily put that in your wallet or in the cellophane of your card box. So in terms of carrying capacity, it is absolutely great. In terms of angles, the routine, if you're doing it with the gimmicks, is pretty much 360. Gimmickless can also be 360 depending on how you handle it, but more likely and safely 180. In terms of table, you do not need a table to perform this effect. In terms of reset, the reset is pretty much instant for both versions. And in terms of inspectability, the gimmickless version is fully inspectable, and the gimmick version, you will have to maybe not give away the deck for inspection, but even then, I don't think because of how fair this is, anything will ever need to be inspected, so it's good in that regard as well. In terms of where to perform, so this is something that you can perform close up, table hopping, anywhere close up, you're going to be able to do this effect with brilliant reactions. In terms of doing this in parlor/cabaret, I think this would work great in those type of scenarios as well. If you're keen enough, you can find very interesting ways of revealing the card amongst the audience. There's a ton of fun ways to do that. And this could even play for stage. If you're someone that does card magic for stage, you can find very interesting ways of using this gimmick as a vanish or as, a reappearance in one of your routines. It's a very fun thing to do regarding that as well. So now that you know everything that you need to know about pocket roulette, what are the positives and negatives? So first of all, what are the negatives of the routine? Well, there's not many negatives here. One of the negatives of the routine is just that, depending on how you do it and depending your spectator, there was going to be some spectator management going on here. Because if they fondle with the cards too much, they're maybe going to see something. If they don't take the cards out as needed, or they count the cards, or they go too slow in their pocket, they're maybe going to find out something that they don't. If also when they remove the cards, they take out the cards and they place them on the table face up, that's not the best scenario. So the only negative here is that you will require some spectator management and some clear spectator instructions in order for this to flow clearly. And that's something that they also mention in the tutorial. You're not going to do this to someone drunk or to a skeptic. This is not the best routine to do to them, because they will make sure that it will not work and not follow certain instructions. So that is something to keep in mind as well. However, in terms of positives, it is a very fun routine to perform. It's fooling. It's relatively easy to do. It's nice that you have a gimmicked and gimmickless version, which lets you do it anywhere, anytime. There's a ton of reveal options. In difficulty wise, as I said, it's relatively easy, but it can also be more complicated because you can do this as complex as you want. It's nice to have a put pocketing option where you can have this appear in someone's pocket and literally blow everyone away. The angles are good, the practicality is good, and the performance venue where you can do this are good as well. And the quality of everything given to you is fantastic too. So having said all of this, would I recommend Pocket Roulette, and what do I give it out of 10? Would I recommend Pocket Roulette? And my answer is, if you like what you saw, then yes. If you like that effect of having someone take out cards from their pocket or having someone hold their cards in their hand and then just making all the cards vanish, making their card vanish in an impossible condition and reappear anywhere, then you will not be disappointed with the methods on offer here. Especially, even if you're a slight junkie, you're going to have a brilliant routine to achieve that with zero gimmicks whatsoever, which is very nice as well. So yes, I think this is going to appease and please a lot of people, especially magicians. This is not much a mentalism trick, but it is very much an incredibly good magic trick. So having said all of this, what do I give it out of 10? I'm giving it an 8.5 on 10. I think it deserves the praise that it's gotten. I think it's very, very good. So that's all I have to say about it. If you have any additional questions, leave them down below. If not, I'll see you on my next review. Have a good one.